Both of them.
Yeah. There you go. But it looks a bit brighter, innit?
Yeah.
There's a one that went that bright. Go on, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
Say praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakah,
the one is the elder apostles of great most and rule well. Shalom to the brothers pushing this word in sincerity and truth to the four corners, man. Shalom. So yeah, we just said, just firing up, going live, and just gonna get into various topics, whatever's in the news, whatever the spirit's been, just kind of flow through that.
Yeah.
And the time we're in, it's a lot of things happening. Things are moving fast. It's like the war with Iran. You hear one thing one day, then it flips back. It's whatever. And then even like the thing that's been hot for like the last 24 hours or so is this complete mania going on in Spain, where you're meant to have just thousands of men just swam into some island off Morocco, and they're meant to just be getting into Spain, and that's stirring up all that racial tensions again with Europe. And this has been a point within especially within Europe, where a lot of these different political tensions building up, and then really it's all like leaning towards war. Really, it's like Albert Pike's Third World War, man. That Islam, where it's like they're looking at these Muslims like, these guys are coming in, they're gonna do this, grooming gangs, X, Y, Z. But then no one gives a fuck what happened with the Epstein files. So obviously it's really a thing of this is it's being schemed,
performative.
Yeah, and it's the thing is as well is that even what stories get to kind of blow, because it's like you consider it's like who controls a lot of these bit, like with the media company, mainstream media, that's already known that's owned by particular billionaires and whatnot. But then even with like what do you call that, Twitter as well, it's like Elon owns Twitter, and it's like a lot of things where it's like it's fresh hot news, like you kind of have to go on Twitter to just see people posting videos of it live and direct, and then they can just boost up whatever they want to boost up. And that's kind of the time we're in, where it's like all these things are being brought to the front, brought to the fore, so people can really then, they're going to be getting all invested into it, thinking, these fucking this, X, Y, Z. And then, they're basically ready for, when these plans get pushed forward, man, that Revelation 12 and 12, man.
I got something. I got a quick one. This is Matthew 24:3. It says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world?"
Yeah, that's the thing is with the times we're in now. Now is the time where really the signs at the end are becoming clear, because that's like we basically been given particular things to look for, to then line up and be like, okay, what's it mean when it's the time at the end? And it's plainly observable with many things. It's like World War III. It's like with Iran, the war of Iran has been a thing from when Obama was in office, even and before, even going back to like the 90s. It was something where they didn't want to get drawn into, because they were like, okay, this is going to be one of the key things. It's a very difficult war, but it really comes into prophecy, and that's something that came out when the war started. You had a bunch of like military generals, you had a bunch of people within the Trump administration saying there's biblical prophecy involved in why they're trying to go into it. They were saying, there's different troops coming out. What they're saying, the troops were saying, we've had superiors saying, there's biblical prophecy plays into why this war's happening, which is true. As far as for that war, that's something that we know is lining up because of prophecy.
Yeah, and it says, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come." Or did I finish the 3 actually? It says, so from 3 it says, "Saying, Tell us what shall be these things, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Lord, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yes, wars and rumors of wars. All these things must come to pass. Because that's the thing is really with this time, it's now where it's like scary and dangerous things happening. You even had, I think, a 7.8, something in range of a 7 of magnitude earthquake in Japan as well. I think it was Kumamoto. Where it was like, bro, you see videos of that, bro, people are getting fucked up. It's like people just kind of be standing around, then you just see it start shaking. And it's like, and it's funny, and they're saying like, pray for Kumamoto. I was like, bro, that's the same spirit from 2011. Like, the pray for Japan when they had the earthquake into the nuclear reactor going into meltdown. And it's just like, really, these things we look at, it's like, oh, the wars, the rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. These things we know, it's lining up to the time of the end. And then what's that leading to? Because, you ask the average Christian, they're going to be like, oh, the rapture or whatever. But that rapture is some New Age doctrine from America. As far as when we're dealing with the scriptures, then really it's a thing where it's coming into the fulfillment of Yahushua's return, the end of America, which is Babylon the Great, and then, judgments taking place, like Mark being brought into effect. These are the things really we know are going down. World War III, because that's why it's, even with the Ukraine war, and now it's happening in Iran as well, where it's flip-flopping back and forth. We know that's all lining up with World War III, and it's all prophecy, because really it's a sign. That's why it's like, as far as throughout the entire book of the Bible, back to front, it really goes into the prophecy, different prophecies basically being, and really a lot of them are the same prophecies being, just harped on again and again, because all those different prophecies are basically just lining up to look. This is letting you know what the time is, what this thing's about, what's going to go down, and that really separates, the prophets, those the Lord's dealing with, because they know and they can apply and be ready for what's coming and say it before, from everyone else, because for everyone else they're just going to be caught out there.
Yep. So it says in verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. There you go, into it, like Kumamoto.
Mm-hmm.
Them motherfuckers, they got the only thing. I mean, I know they that whole part of the world, they do get judged with earthquakes, but I was thinking of Godzilla, like in Japan and Godzilla.
Yeah.
Because the spirit of because Godzilla is Leviathan. They're always making them drastic. They got a lot of tales about drastic shit happening in those parts of the world.
Yeah.
Fucking Leviathan coming out and destroying their country. That's what Godzilla basically is.
Mm-hmm.
That whole story. So they kind of know that anyway, man. That's why they're always getting judged. Earthquakes and tsunamis. That's always happening in them parts of the world.
That shit is
destroying whole cities and shit. Yeah, bro.
That's why it's like
that's the earthquakes in diverse places. That's the Lord letting you know he's displeased with the nations. He's displeased with this world.
Mm-hmm. That's
signs. Obviously the thing is, the way where we live, the Western system, we haven't felt the full brunt of the physical signs here. We feel it economically, etc. But the Lord ain't let a whole tsunami sweep through Great Britain yet. Mm-hmm. Or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Or the water from the seas surrounding England just covers one whole town. That ain't happened yet. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are coming. So that's when the scripture says it. So then shall they, no, it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So these things we're seeing is signs that we're at the end. We're here. We're at the end of this system, bro. When you see all this stuff, man. We're at the end of,
That's the beauty of it as well. Because as far as for, the men in this word, Lord willing, we be of the elect. Those that in this truth, we're basically looking at this is lining up with letting us know this thing's close. So then we're hastening. we're desirous to see those things be fulfilled.
Mhm.
But then that's really the thing with the people in the world. These signs are then it's a negative to them, because the same thing with the chariots, where as far as it's a curse that goeth forth for the people of this world. That's why you go to Hollywood, you've got countless stories of like alien invasions. When the aliens comes XY, you had Disclosure Day this year, where they'll basically trying to be like it was saying like, oh, you know, that the alien files getting released and whatnot, and then you know the truth coming out and blah. But then the reality of it is as far as that none of those things are gonna avert judgment. You might know, okay, the chariots, but it's no, it's a sign against you and try and supplicate. But then it's like really with this thing, now it's all coming together to where it's basically gonna be just judgment taking place, and that's what most people. It's funny because it's like even within Esau society, now that he's coming into his latter years, he's trying to get some form of forgiveness. Some they're trying to say, oh well, we're not the people that did those things, blah blah blah. But then the reality of it is the way the Lord looks at it and is judging these things, that's not changed. Just as Israel, like it was all Israel that was judged and put on blast.
Yeah.
All Israel that was put into that hardcore bondage, got completely battered and destroyed in America, chiefly.
Yeah.
But then what is that was it needed to come to pass.
I got something.
And now it's the time for Esau. It's flipped. That's the time for Esau to hold that, man, and these different nations.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 41:5, it says, the children of sinners are an abominable children, and they that are conversant in the dwelling of the ungodly. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Yeah, the children will complain about that's because why? They're basically inherit. They're gonna be like, damn, like why are we having to hold the judgment for these things? But then that's where reincarnation comes in anyway. In reality, you're you've already done the acts, man. You guys are already unworthy. Like you've got crimes that you need to pay for.
Yeah,
it's
like
the same thing that happened with Israel.
Like most of these so-called whites today walking around not trying to, because they've been raised in two different worlds. We've been raised in a world where we grew up knowing colonialism was real, bro. We've been oppressed and we still oppressed to this day. They grew up in a world where they've been coddled from that. Their forefathers' crimes have been hidden mostly from them, even though they know we've done some fucked up shit. They've not really had to dwell on it. Yeah. It's like out of sight, out of mind type of shit. But now it's the time we're in now. The Lord's bringing everyone's dirt to the forefront. Their dirt, their world's dirt.
But it's funny because as well, it's like even with all these different military conflicts that happen, because the one that really gets a focus is like Gaza, where it's like you go back to the history of it. It's the British that established that just completely fucked up the whole situation over there.
Of course.
And then you go into like a lot of these different conflicts. It's like centuries down the line of some shit that happened before where it was either unresolved or some unjust treatment happened, and then it's just compounded and compounded. And the thing is Esau thinks, well, we can just now it's like but you can buy an iPhone, but you can work a job.
Exactly.
So that means that now you can
that nullifies all the wickedness.
Yeah.
Because you can work a job. Motherfucker, your whole world was built off of the backs of slavery. You know what I'm saying? The enslavement of rape, robbery, and murder, man. And the scriptures talk about the just balances. The way he says
an unjust balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Exactly. Exactly. There you go, man. So that's what it is. So that's how your world was built. So ain't no amount of money you give or jobs for Jakes, and that ain't gonna work, bro. The Lord,
no sir,
you gotta go in slavery.
Let me read this to back you up real quick. Job 20:10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So
you go.
I was just gonna say that's why they got like the DEI, these different things where they say they're putting forth incentives to make it where Jake can get more, or people of color can find some kind of ground inside of this kingdom.
Mhm.
But the reality of the situation is, like the brother said already, what are you? How can you repay someone that, you know, their forefathers? It's funny because I was on the train coming over here or earlier today, and there was Jake with like two Jake women and a guy with two boys. But the way the boys were, they were just like, you know, Jake kids, they're a bit like lively and that. But at the same time, I just felt, I don't know why, it just felt like dysfunction. Do you know what I mean? And then it felt like they kind of like doing like everything, they're building a plane while they're flying type of thing. And that's because of what? Jake, they're like West African colonialism. They went over there, they raped, pillaged, took their family members, some of them over into the New World. Others, they subjugated them by brainwashing them and, you know, bring them into a system of colonialism. And then now they're all over the gaff because why? The whole system you put forth has made them the way they are. When you go into the book of Jeremiah, which is also in the book of Romans, it speaks about the children of Israel becoming the degenerative plant, the wild olive branch. That's you're doing, Esau. We're the apple of the Most High's eye, and you've taken us and just let us run right. You know, like I ain't gonna tend to the orchard. I ain't gonna go down there, trim, you know, prune the branches, get rid of the weeds, and make the way clear.
Yeah.
You know, prune the fruits from off there, keep it where it can thrive. You just said, let it be a wild bush, man.
Yeah.
And that's what you're seeing now with niggas. But the point being is that's your doing. And no DEI or little job or little government grant or what incentives ain't gonna be able to, you know, blot out all of that sin that you've done against the Heavenly Father's people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No matter how hard they try.
Yeah.
They've said that. They said it says it in the scriptures, they cry to the Lord, look at your people, etc.
Yeah.
You know, like in a sense of basically give us that right, the birthright. But it doesn't matter what you do. You know, you do all this wickedness, the Lord still has not forgiven you. He tells you in Revelation to reward Babylon double for her sins.
Yeah.
So the Lord ain't forgot, man.
No.
And there's and Esau, we're basically really technically we should be all gone by the amount of hell that Jake's been dealt with in this world. We should be gone. And motherfuckers are still catching hell. But the thing is, you just can't destroy the seed of Jacob. The Lord didn't set it up that way. We're just survivors, you know.
Same thing in Numbers, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, can't harm what.
Because if it was up to them, we should really be. Even they're like, because there was one Instagram clip of a white woman talking about that, like, you know, no matter how hard we've tried, she was talking about why the Edomites hate Jake, and she said no matter how hard we've tried, you're still here, and that even annoys us.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? They've gone in.
Yeah.
No, these devils have really gone in. They're from their elites to the lowest level, but the elites, they've done so much cunning devices. Any other nation would have been gone by now.
Yeah.
No.
But we're not any other nation.
Yeah.
I read this
I'll
Revelation.
sign off to you as well.
Okay. Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's really been the mindset. As far as, that's the thing is, you know, your average, you know, cotton candy in his head, Jake in the world, has no clue really what they engage with. They might think, it's like when they're thinking about racism, they're just like, why do you hate me because of the color of my skin? But they don't realize the reality of it is we're two nations.
They won't even, slap.
No.
I was just going to say, they even think that they can make Esau like them.
Yeah.
When they're racist.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is...
But they don't
They
realize.
just don't like you, man.
Yeah.
They don't like you.
It says.
Our people got
it said-
them blinders on them.
Yeah.
And then you know what? I'm sorry.
So two natures of people are in the womb.
Separated of the womb.
And then you know, it's like basically there was no way you were gonna be able to bring those two together.
Never. And you know them blinders also, I was gonna say, where it comes from our people is all the mingling we've done with these other nations, and particularly Esau. He's on top right now. And Jake have done a lot of mingling with Esau in general, their lineage and the women and etc. Which like that's where the Lord, even that scriptures when it talks about the women of the other nations, it wasn't about not dealing with them. It's about not getting into their lifestyles.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, feeding into
And that's the thing. A lot of our people, the balance is off because a lot of our people are into
Because
their
it's-
lifestyle.
And
This is where we're fucked up as a
Yeah,
nation.
yeah.
Into sorry, bro. Yeah. Go on, bro.
But
Go
that's
on.
the
man.
thing,
We're
that's-
all into their shit.
Yeah.
This is where we're fucked up. You know what I'm
That's a-
saying?
And that's the
It's-
thing is with these elite, bro,
Yeah.
it's like these guys are trying to utilize that to try. The thing is it's been the same thing from when Esau was on the scene.
Yeah.
You know, he cried bitterly because he lost the blessing.
Yeah.
They're really fighting, doing the utmost to get that blessing back. But then with that, it's a thing, and that's the thing is you know you got your average clouds in his smoke clouds in his brain, Jake walking around
Right.
thinking it's just they're just like, oh, it's just because my skin color, bro. The skin color is not a factor.
And the thing is, even the Esau, the devil, see, Jake is not thinking on a cunning level when you're not, especially when you're not in his truth, because Esau has even used the white woman as a weapon
Yeah.
against Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, get with her, breed, get with her, destroy your people, so cool, you look down, basically you can pop the nation's women, but you're not meant to look down on your own kind doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a level to it. It's like
There's
the Moors, when we conquered nations, Israelites, let me
they
not say
brought
the
them.
we subjugated them,
to us.
took their women, but we still had our people in order.
Yeah,
The difference is now it's like we're mingling with the nations, but our people are not in the which we know that's not going to happen. But just making a point, Esau will even use his own woman as a weapon
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
system, and our people don't have the cunning smarts to know what's happening.
Mhm.
Because always see those arguments online and stuff like that. It's funny, but
What about Jake shooting?
yeah, Jake dealing with white women and not just that dealing with white women, but diluting their line, which really they're bringing forth Israelites, but. Motherfuckers just don't understand what's going on.
yeah. So
Everything's being weaponized against the Jake man. That's what I was getting at.
But then the reality is they're just
We
not,
ain't- we're-
they're just not spiritual.
Exactly.
That's the thing is like a lot of these things.
Because we're not against dealing with the we know that's part of our birthright. Yes. Yeah.
But then it's like if you don't understand the scriptures,
Mhm.
you can't look at things spiritually. You're just gonna look at that's where it's like the skin color thing is gonna be where it's a stumbling block onto people.
Mhm.
But read this, Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. It's knowledge, it's wisdom, it's understanding. Those are the things you need to really pass what's going down. As far as when we're dealing with the elite, when we're dealing with this system that's been established, Esau's done countless levels of deep research and understanding, historical excavation. He's gone into things to understand what's going down. You go into what is it, Ezekiel 28. It's like it's basically said, he's wiser than Daniel.
Yeah.
He's really done.
Oh, he's real wise.
He's looked into things. He's got on a level.
Yeah.
Because that's really as far as when you want to conduct and have control over a system. Those are the things that are needed. As far as it's like when we're in the kingdom, we ain't gonna be on a simple level.
Mhm.
We're ain't gonna be you're gonna receive get that renewed body, be unable to break the law, and we're not gonna be getting into different forms of wisdom and understanding. Of course, that's been the nature of Jake. Really,
Mhm.
it's Esau's knew that black identity where they've tried to put that ignorant chicken and watermelon eating whatever on Jake.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's Jake's always been up on things.
Yeah.
Even within like a destroyed state, they've still got creativity, understanding, and wisdom.
Or even the chick, that whole watermelon spirit was like, that was Jake hustling out of post-slavery sharecropping and whatnot. There was because to grow watermelons is hard. It's an art form, and then them Jakes knew it. But Esau, obviously put that, he basically demonized it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then basically demonized it, and then he made the money off it.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Let me read this.
it does go. I've got something after you as well. It does go back to
Hebrews
that.
12:16. Least there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. This being the point now.
That's the devil we're dealing with. He's profane.
Yeah.
This is the so-called white man. Is see the thing is with us because we got the truth. That's how we look at these Edomites. They're profane people. We don't care that they're so-called calling government shots. We know Yahushua is going to bring them down. That's the difference.
And the word profane means outside of the temple
Yeah.
or outside of what's holy.
Yeah.
So this man, wherever is holy,
Mm-hmm.
it's just
He's the
look
opposite.
other way.
He's the hella opposite. You know, they're profane people, man. And we know we're living in this profane world, man. You know what I mean? So it's like we're looking at the world, we're looking at this system through the eyes of the truth, which most of our people, we know 2/3, they're never gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
They look at the system through the eyes of their fleshly bodies. They look at racism and all that. We understand racism because the Bible speaks of, but the Lord is racist, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Heavenly Father talks about segregation and separation, how you deal with that mentality.
And really, it's the thing we understand. It's like, bro, it's like the whole equality doctrine of this modern world is something just to, it's to supplicate the people. It's like a democracy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's various different things. It's like, you know, the rat race where you're, or some form of celebrity or success. These are things that are there as part of the system. You're like, they're basically placed as like, it's you know,
you made it, you do
cheese in a mouse trap,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, where you can think, okay, yeah, there's something to strive for, but then the reality of it is people realize
You're in hell.
there is that elite level which you can't reach.
You're on a hamster wheel.
And then it's like, as far as when, you know, even if you're on, you might like think, oh, I'm a multi, even if you get to billions, there's people where it's just like, and then, you know, there's certain legal ramifications or whatnot that you can't, you're not going to be able to overcome. There's certain states where it's just, you're just going to be you're going to be dealt with like you're just a fucking any squirt on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing is the reality of it is bro, this whole system is for Esau, really the elite of Esau's benefit. It's the same as, well, when we get in the kingdom, nothing in that kingdom is going to be working for the heathen's benefit.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be all to Israel's benefit.
Yeah.
Just
and,
like,
and the
just
thing
like,
is, when we rule, there's going to be no confusion with what's going on. See, that's another thing. The way Esau's got his system set up is like the way he's even set his system up is like you can get a piece of it.
Yeah.
You can. It is mysticism. Like you can get a piece of it if you do this.
Let me finish reading this to get on that point now. Hebrews 12:17. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance. This being the point, though he sought it carefully with tears.
Mm-hmm.
So this man, going back to, when you deal with in the book of Revelations, it speaks about that old serpent being cast out, dealing with Esau, Edom.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the old serpent goes back to the garden. What did it tell you about the serpent in the garden? It was more subtle than any beast creature. That's the word. Creature on earth, basically. So his whole thing is about subtlety. He's gonna think. He's gonna put a system in place. He's gonna figure out what he wants, his end goal. All right, the end game. Then he's gonna go about building a system to initiate it. So now we're in the midst of it. You don't know you're feeding into something whereby the Tower of Babel, Nimrod's at the top. Mm-hmm. All right, you're building a tower. Yeah, you're building with him, but you're not. We're Israelites. We've been bought with a price. All right, we belong unto the Heavenly Fathers. Even if you wasn't there when the oath was made in Exodus 24, guess what? It says it in the chapter. It says this is even for those that are not here with us. Mm-hmm. You're under it. Mm-hmm. So you're not allowed to partake in the building of this tower.
You're no part of it. Yeah,
you're no part of it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So you doing that, you don't even know what you're working for. Like, and one of the main vehicles that we're seeing in this kingdom for Esau to do that is what? UAPs. All right, information's come out now on the UAPs. Now everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be like Independence Day.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I've
have
seen
to fight
stuff
the
like
aliens.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, you're fighting your own. You fighting your brother, man.
Salvation.
Yeah.
We're the spirits that left our first estate.
Do you remember that video with that Jake?
Brothers up there.
Remember that video with the Jake?
Yeah.
They're coming for us, yeah. Like the years back.
Yeah,
He's like, nigga, they actually Israelites.
Yeah, your brothers, man. That's
They're
your
like,
family.
look, man, this what they ain't telling us.
Yeah.
I know that. Like these motherfuckers, but
You
you
know
know
what?
what? If you don't want to get down with the Lord's cold like that. You just be born again.
Yeah.
You get zapped too.
Yeah.
He ain't respect to a person. You want to be down with this world.
Son of a bitch.
You know, he's gonna vamoose them, man.
That's the nature of these times. Because the thing is now is because just as amongst Israel, we're aware of the foreskin, the elite are aware. They're operating with that in mind. They're thinking about making a full end of Israel. That's something they're trying to fulfill. They're trying to slot themselves in, which is what. Why do you think is the focus is on the Holy Land? The focus is on Amalek, because why? They're trying to fulfill those things. They know that within them promises, that's the ultimate reward. And then you've got people like, no, I just want to be equal. No, I just want, bro, you drag
They're not
me.
thinking
You
like
could
that.
try and be equal, but you're not equal, bro. Even as much you deny yourself, you're going against the spirit that's within you.
Yep.
And really, that's just you're of your father, the devil, man.
Mhm.
Your spirit ain't upright in you, man.
Yep.
You're going off. You're going off. All right.
Going off.
Yep.
No.
Psalm 59. Yeah.
the way
exactly.
we're meant to be, we're meant to be Israelites. This man, he's got a whole plan. It's in the wheels are in motion.
Mhm.
Everything that's happening right now is by design. All right, even this world war. Everything that's going on, Iran,
Mhm.
all right, that's all by design. But guess what? Whose design is it by? The Heavenly Father's. All right, he's the one that prophesied that it's happening from the beginning.
Yep.
It's inside the Bible. This is why we're set up here as a mouthpieces for the Heavenly Father, or the mouthpiece for the Heavenly Father. All right, to let it be known what he's gonna do in these last days.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Psalm 59 from the top, it says, "Deliver me from mine enemies, O my power. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. For lo, they lie in wait for my soul. They lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me, not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake to help me, and behold. Therefore, O my power of hosts, the power of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors, Salah."
Yeah, so bro, it's like these guys have been scheming, and that's the thing. Is bro, you go to ancient Israel, like Judith it clarifies these heathen are aware of keeping Jake in that destroyed state, because as far as within the system, the things, especially when it comes to Jake, when you go to the elite, they deal with a completely different structure and system compared to those outside of it. Even those on the up and comers amongst getting on a certain level in the world, they'll go private schools. They'll have certain setups or link ups. They'll have certain ways they deal with their youths to keep them on a certain level.
Oh yeah.
Because why? They're not just keeping them on that base level. It's really
Yeah.
Jake, where you can go out here and it's basically a system where they're engineering you to sin as much as possible, to get you caught up in as much confusion as possible, because they know Jake, when they're not following the Most High, that's really when the heathen can get the one over them.
Mhm.
And that's really what we're gonna see. Once that's flipped, that's really when Jake it's gonna be with the elect. They're gonna be able to overcome these heathen. Because as far as it's really a thing where the Lord has basically already said who's gonna receive the reward, who's gonna receive this. And as far as with Esau, like I said, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet when they not learn righteousness. Esau's had the capability to do some form of justice, righteousness in the world. He's got the capability. It's like when you go to the elite, these guys have innumerable funds to resolve various issues and things in the world. But then they're only working towards their aims and their plans, which has been centuries in the
The New World Order, bro.
Spirit probably did a line.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Funny as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
The New World Order, bro.
Yeah, it's these are things that they're trying to calmly accomplish it, and that's the thing, is that's the spirit of Esau's system. When you deal with things like Hollywood, he's trying to manifest a spirit to kind of because you mentioned Independence Day, it's like all these different alien invasion movies. He's trying to manifest a win. All these, he might have he was making all these different historical epics where it's like the whole cast is white, because white. He's trying to manifest that whole spirit where he's looked at and engaged with in a certain way, which it worked up to a point. But the thing is now that's all coming out. Now we're in a time where the prophecies are being fulfilled, the truth's coming out. Yeah, what's his name?
Independence Day Church, bro.
Yeah.
They actually they so-called destroyed that Hollywood chariot with a Microsoft laptop.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
yeah,
it was a MacBook.
Yeah,
When
right.
I had a MacBook,
And they
man.
use that, you know that guy, the main guy that's with Wilson, you know, the dark Amalekite, you know the one that's kind of dark of flesh. Yeah, they put him in
Brown
that brown Amalekite. They put him in there, that motherfucker. And then you ain't getting close to no chariots.
Man.
Your own government tells you these things are like. Remember a few years back, the U.S. government actually said this is like beyond our world.
Yeah,
They actually had a Senate sit down.
They know it's not like it's not Chinese. It's
They
not,
know.
it's
They
not
said this is
thingy.
beyond our technology.
Yeah.
They actually said it.
Mhm.
The clips are out there.
Yeah,
So this is nothing you can even get close. You ain't. The movies, Hollywood is exactly what it is. It's a movie set, man.
Mhm.
It's nothing to what the reality is gonna be.
and that's the thing is now we're seeing those things be fulfilled. It's like, bro, it's like, what was it? New Jersey syndrome, man. Where it's like they were out there seeing innumerable chariots. There might have been other things as well, but then it's basically a thing where it's really being shown there's a level beyond this.
Mhm.
And that's really what the main thing that Esau Edom can't deal with.
Oh yeah.
Because I read this Isaiah 29:15. It says, "Woe unto them that
No,
seek
man.
deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Jehovah, and their works in the dark. And they say, Who seeth us and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work, saith him that made it, he made me not? Or shall a thing framed, saith him that framed it, he had no understanding?" And that's really what they're basically looking to. They think they're going to overcome the Most High, which is really the pinnacle of hubris. That level of, and it's funny because even amongst Jake, you have people that manifest that same spirit, man. You know, like Korah, Theudas. There's various men recorded within the scriptures where they're all thinking, "Oh, well, I'm gonna manifest the spirit. I'm gonna bring about what I desire through carnal means." But then, in reality, then the Lord will just have them be destroyed. And the thing is, it might even build some steam or get some leeway on it, but then it's going to fail, and that's with the chosen people. So how much more so with the inverse, where the most despised nation of the Most High is in rule. He suffered them to rule. He suffered them to have power over these people. Is he then just going to be like, okay, yeah, let me make these men just run it. These men are going to have the kingdom. They're going to have the. Of course not. But then it's the spirit that's been put on Esau, man. The wicked was made for the day of evil. He's really been given that mindset so that he would actually try and accomplish something that's just mad scientist, complete, joker, lunatic level
Right.
behavior.
I got something.
Mhm.
This is Jeremiah 50:31. Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord power of hosts. For the day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and shall devour all that it shall devour, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel. That was the point. The most proud.
Yeah, the most proud.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is to try and think you're going to outdo the Most High. You've been given like a legendary portion of pride
Yeah.
that isn't
That eagle pride, right?
Can't even. It's not even sane to behave in this manner. Because that's the thing. When you go to the elite level, they're aware of the Most High. They're aware of the angels. They're aware of the demons, which are also angels. They're aware of the fact that there's a spiritual underpinning to everything.
Even Trump's administration's aware of the demons. Did you see the one when Trump poops his pants in it?
Yeah.
At random moments. Did you see that one guy behind him? He's like, it's on
where
social
he's,
media.
bro, he's like,
Yeah.
he's
like-
past these
I think it's like
away,
a
bro.
CIA bodyguard.
Yeah.
He's like about to die.
He's
You
like-
see him, he's like, oh shit, this motherfucker. Them guys are demons. Like Trump. I mean, we know they say he poops his pants, but you don't know what kind of demons they're doing. They're probably
Yeah.
shitting out wombats.
Yeah,
Right?
and
These
they-
are demons. Like these guys, they do all kind of evil shit. Like that whole Skull and Bones in America.
Yeah.
They wombats and like you've
Wombats
seen
are
that.
flying out there fucking ripped him.
Like you see the dude guy, he's like that CIA guy.
But
they-
even you had Hillary. Remember when she vomited?
Oh,
into
yeah,
a
she vomited
cup?
like a goat.
Fucking eggs.
Like a
Yeah,
goat. Yeah, it was like
Really,
some.
where she
And
sits
people were like,
on
what
the
the fuck is that? It was
Bro,
like, and
that's-
then they put like alien eyes on it.
Yeah.
You see that shit? So like these motherfuckers, bro, they get up to all kind of.
All manner of.
Oh my,
wickedness.
yo, you don't even
Vile
like.
behavior.
Even we can't explain the level of. We know it, but we like. You don't wanna see it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? These guys, bro. There's the American movies show you that. There was a movie, I think it was called Skull and something. What's that movie with the guy from like Dawson's Creek, and it was like a Skull and Bones movie,
Oh,
like
I know
university
what you're talking
movie.
about. Thingy.
It's damn good movie.
Dawson, isn't it?
Dawson, yeah,
From
but,
Dawson's Creek.
yeah. It was one of the characters from the show was in main character in it. I forgot his
Blonde
name.
one, isn't it?
Not the blonde one. Like
Oh,
the dark
Joshua
hair. Joshua
thingy.
Harnett or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Not Harnett.
Oh, it's
Josh
like
Harnett, yeah.
What's it called?
I know which one you're talking
It's called
about.
Skull and Bones or something.
And he was wearing like a preppy. He was
Preppy. He's in an American.
That's
Oh,
one of the-
yeah,
what's
that
yeah,
film?
yeah.
That's
It might
like
be
night,
called-
night,
it's-
night.
Bro.
I think it's called Bones or
Bones,
something.
yeah, something like damn good
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
damn good movie by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
And it showed you how the American prep schools, Harvard and all that, how they line up the next presidents. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he was in the rowing class, you know, he was in like the rowing school. He was like a good rower.
Oh, the skulls.
The Skulls, and he was like a
Joshua Jackson.
Joshua Jackson. That's a good movie, and it shows you they have to sit up in them coffins like they're dead and all that, and you know, it shows you some good stuff in there what they actually get down with. So that's the class that all these American presidents come from, and Trump's no different. Trump was really like a child of nepotism because his family was already heavy into that world. You know what I'm saying? So, but now he's a president.
He got put onto it.
He got put.
Because that's the thing. It's like with these bro. It's the same over here where you find out all these different politicians, bro. They went to Eton.
Yeah,
They all knew each other. Their families
All knew
owned
each other.
this business,
Yeah.
or they came from this line or whatever. These are things where because as far as for you have the odd squirt just come up every now and then,
Yeah,
just to make it seem like you know you can aim, you can get there.
yeah.
But then the bedrock of it is just within those institutions. They
Like
keep it within the family.
They keep the cycle rolling. Like this new guy in England. What's his name?
Oh shit,
Burton.
this nigga married 2 Jake with me.
Oh,
Fucking
No,
hell.
that Joshua Jackson.
Oh, yeah, for real, yeah.
And then he dealt with Lupita for a year. Like,
Okay,
he
so
had
then
babies
something
with
say he's
her.
still in the game. He's out there.
yeah.
I didn't even know he's still like
I
active.
didn't know,
man.
I'm looking
crazy.
him up because I was like, I ain't see this guy.
But that's a
in
good
while.
movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
But that's funny. Lupita's the one from 12 Years.
Yeah,
The kid.
but before he was with a dark, he like the dark berry, you know,
Right.
the melanin.
Right. Bro, exactly. He could be a Jake anyway, the
Yeah,
guy.
it sounds like it.
You know, he could be a Jake. Bro, that guy, what was he saying? He was Donald Trump, right? So like my brain went somewhere else. Donald Trump.
Oh, it's Eaton. You mentioned.
Oh yeah, Burton.
Burton.
That Burnham, this Andy Burnham in England. There's old footage of him. You know who he's old with? Good old Tony Blair. He was in his cabinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's part of his cabinet. You see him when he's in his younger days. So you know he learned from some real demons.
Yeah.
And that's now the new king of the UK.
Yeah, where
so
they're
to
saying
speak.
like, oh, he's gonna. And the thing is, as soon as this guy come in, he's like, yeah, he basically was backing Amlek.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first
Yeah.
things. Guys in office less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
He's backing them. He's sent, and it was letting the US hit targets in
Mhm.
Iran from their bases. Which
They
some
signed it
people-
off.
Yeah, which is something
Britain.
to think like this guy's meant to be progressive. He's coming to save Britain.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna show, but then he's getting you. He's basically just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Everyone else is coming. They're saying, "No, this guy is he's off the grid. He's just some super.
Yeah,
duper-
like, it's like-
he's just in Manchester. He's just a mayor.
Like he's
not
out of
even in
nowhere.
the system.
He was in Tony Blair's cabinets for crying out loud.
Like, give me a
And
break.
Tony Blair was like, I mean, come on, if you can't see this whole thing is like a big movie by now, we don't know what. But just wait for the missiles. Just wait for the
Yeah,
missiles.
yeah.
Wait for the fucking Children of Men style Britain, please.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about England right now. Wait for the Children of Men style Britain. If you can't see this is a fucking hoax by now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you see Burnham when he's younger in the cabinet of Tony Blair. And Tony Blair was this demon that brought us to Iraq and Afghanistan for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then when
this
he was
country.
held to account, he said no, there was no weapons of mass.
There was no weapons
Yeah,
of mass
he said
destruction.
he knew
Him and
he
Bush.
said, I'll do it again. I
Right.
was like, bro, what the hell? Like, what kind of devil is that?
Oh,
what kind
yeah.
of deceiver
And
is that?
you know what? Tony Blair schooled him well because Tony Blair, after the Iraq war, he went to Saudi Arabia and he was getting like £1 million a week.
Yeah, dude,
from then,
speaking
for
gigs
20
and
years
stuff.
ago.
Yeah.
doing different, all kind of
Like,
different shit.
he's nice. That's a bit.
They're good. So you know, this Andy Burnham, or what's his name? Andy Burnham.
Andy Burnham.
He knows I'm just got to suffer 3 years of this nonsense,
Yeah.
and then they know they're
Even
scapegoats.
thinking, what's her name? Liz Truss. She was in there for like 49 days or whatever.
Oh yeah,
She's still nice.
She's
So it's,
nice,
it's
bro.
really. That's the thing is as far as.
yeah.
No, it's like she was in there. She fucked the economy. She came in and said we're gonna let the bankers rape the country.
Yeah.
Then it was just like, okay, yeah, it crashed the economy. Then she said, like, she fucked off. She's still nice.
Mhm.
You know, Joe Blogs from down the street. You know, he probably worked a spot 20 years. That got crashed in one of the crashes that happened.
Yeah.
And he's
fired.
been fucked. He's been
Ever
spun
since.
out on fucking heroin. You know, for the last 3
Yeah.
3 decades or some
Yeah.
shit. But you know, it's thingy's nice. Liz
Got
Truss
made
is nice.
redundant, innit?
And that shows it's all about the elite. They're doing these things as far as for their gain, their desires.
And it's showing you
They're
these crackers are weak, even on a low level, because they get their companies get made redundant, then they turn to heroin. You know,
They don't.
they just fuck
They'll just
people,
give
like
up
they
and
just,
crash out.
because they've never thought their world would ever end.
Mhm.
What did the script say? Their houses shall continue forever. Most of these Edomites, even on a low level, they never think that this world will ever end for them. So when these things start rippling, them ripple effects, you see how they start losing it. Some top themselves, kill themselves, and whatever. So you know, yeah, bro. Yeah, I got a quick one.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 2 from the top. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision." You know, that was
Even
there's more in
with
it.
that's is with these different natures. It's they're trying to accomplish a scheme. They've got a plan. They've got desires. That's it's you know, people talk about, oh, you know, how could there be more, blah blah blah. How could is there really how are these things being kept secret?
Mhm.
As far as it's like, bro, it's not something that 10 years ago or 15 years ago or like
Yeah.
50 years ago, some guy was like, okay, we're gonna bring some shit together. It's baked into the foundation.
Yeah.
It's part of the origin of why things function.
Mhm.
When you're dealing with over here in Europe, you can go some spot and you be like, why in the fuck are the roads like this? Or why in the fuck? Because some shit from fucking 3,000 years ago is one that was established, or 2,000 years ago, or 1,000 years ago. There's some history.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
As
And
far as
you see that in
Americans-
parts of Britain.
Yeah.
You go to parts of Britain, there's still Hadrian's Wall still there.
Yeah.
Parts of it, ruins
Little
of
castles,
castles.
London Wall.
London Wall.
Yeah, London Wall.
There you
it's,
go.
It's even with the layout of London. A lot of it is because the Great Fire of London
Mhm.
in 1666. A lot of shit burned down, and it allowed them to rebuild
Mhm.
through a particular image. Where was it Sir Christopher Wren, a prominent Freemason, like as a plan out and rebuild it.
Yeah.
But then that's the thing is when you go to somewhere like America, that's somewhere it's brand new. That was the new world. There was already empires, there was already established systems, and that was basically used as the crux
Yeah.
of for a scheme.
Well, that's why America is so important in prophecy, because America is technically the new world. And then, like you said, Christopher Columbus and going over to the Americas was the new world order beginning. It was the new world because we're in the old world. Europe's still the old world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's still ways of the old world here. That was where they went to fully establish that new world order. It was a brand new setup. They just had to wipe out the natives that were there,
Yeah.
which is our people. They're still alive.
Build it from the
But
foundation.
they didn't build the new world order. Didn't build up in England. I mean, if the brain power comes from Europe, but America was the hub. It's a hub of prophecy, which is why a lot of our people had to go there in slavery. And when it says the Americas, Babylon the Great is the main one, but you also had Brazil, the Americas as a whole, Argentina, Brazil. Oh, even now that Argentinian Black history is coming up heavy in the media because that's history's coming back up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
brought out a lot of things.
Yeah, it brought up all the dirt of Esau.
That brought something like even
Really?
the Odyssey
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like putting Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy.
Yeah.
That started a whole.
And that
bunch
messed
of
people up.
discussion. Yeah, people are getting.
But the thing is, that whole movie should have been people of color. It should have been all black
Yeah.
people. That whole Greek mythology
Because
and all
when you
this,
go to-
it
it's
was
like-
always Jake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trojan Wars and all that. It was all
Yeah.
Israelites. It was
But
all
then
people of color.
that's why it's like it's a
It was
thing
all
of-
Negroes, bro.
Yeah, it's with these things. These like we're dealing with plans that have been put in place from far before.
Mhm.
And the thing is as well is it's not even like the whole system that's established now is a rejuvenation. It was a rebirth.
Mhm.
It was basically going back to the old system. They call it the Renaissance, where it was like reviving all that ancient Greece, ancient Rome.
Yeah.
But then with that that all that being revived, really it was they were trying to establish a system for themselves in modern times. Because the thing is, you have to consider it's like throughout the Dark Ages that was looked at backwardness, the Greece and Rome, because it was all going into other forms of paganism and whatnot. But then Esau brought it back, and then now the Dark Ages are looked at as backwardness. They're like, we realize, actually, democracy's great. Actually, all these different, they're talking about,
Well, the Dark Ages. Sorry, bro.
Well, I was gonna say even for America, it's like this the so-called Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Where it's, a man should have certain rights and inalienable rights and whatnot.
Mhm.
But then Jake was in hardcore bondage.
Exactly.
So-
When all that was written, Jakes now, you see them on social media, the Fifth Amendment and all this.
Yeah.
Nigga, you was in slavery, man.
If they could
Yeah,
put it
it's
into a
like-
movie scene,
Yeah.
my man got done really.
You was not put a part of that.
You-
I think
you-
they even had those images when they were writing that. They had those mural paintings of like a Jake with the chains on him, the two arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jake, they would have that in their Congress halls.
But this is the thing.
He was
they
in captivity,
Yeah,
man.
they probably finished signing it,
Mhm.
rolled up the scroll, and then handed it to their slave to go pass on the message.
Well, even that. What's one of the founding fathers of America? Jeff. What's his name? With the,
So the first president.
what's his name with the J?
Oh,
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson was known for what? He was known for actually having enslaved Israelites
Mhm.
because they big him up for some reason. I can't remember what it was, like something to do with slavery. But
Mhm.
you exalt him, but he was actually known for having. He had a lot of so-called tears. You know what I'm saying? But he was the founding father of the country.
Craziness.
He was the founding father of freedom and democracy and freedom and peace and liberty
Yeah,
and all
they
this.
only had 600 slaves, man.
He had 600 slaves and he had a lot of like children
That's
with those different, the women he had, which was his concubines. Let's call it what it was. He
Yeah.
was in captivity. But guess what? He's one of the founding fathers of righteousness and the American way
Mhm.
and all that.
They
America's
were exalting.
all right.
And that's the thing is
You
like,
exalt him, the founding
that's
father.
the
like-
reality of what we engage because Esau presented like, and that's the thing. It's like something like Superman is basically like just trying to cleanse that image where it's like, we'll say there's justice, right, truth.
yeah,
justice
yeah.
in
That's
the
what he
American way.
stands for.
They're trying to apply those values. To
And
it.
the original Superman, when the comics was made, they always put him behind the American flag when he's flying and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because remember, America was supposed to be the justice of the world, especially during the
Pretty
height of the
sad.
40s and 30s and
Yeah.
whatnot.
But that's
You
the
know?
thing is that's brand new. The way America was established, gained, maintained was through rape, robbery, murder, death, and destruction.
Mhm.
That's really, bro. It's like what as recent as World War II, man dropped the bomb on 2 bombs on Japan.
They
What
fucking-
are we talking about?
Mhm.
And
And they never had Wolverine powers to like not get their flesh disintegrated. Those motherfuckers got disintegrated till they're born today. Some of those people are born with half a head now. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they were only 2 cities, by the way.
Yeah.
It ain't like the movie where Wolverine had the power to regenerate his body. Those people got fucked over. Like
Yeah.
they and them people have not forgot that.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in their culture not to forget it. And America only, as of the Obama administration, finally acknowledged Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
So all those years, it was like the Obama administration that finally acknowledged it.
Yeah.
And I think Obama was like one of the first presidents to go back to actually visit
Yeah.
from the States. So the rest of them were like, fuck them. It was only, but that had to, reason why that's happening is because America's fallen. America had to like start building bonds again, like over
Yeah.
these years.
'Cause
Because
that's the
Japan
thing is,
traditionally, what happened with Japan? Why Japan's been on the Americas? Because they humbled them.
Yeah,
So all these years,
It's the
They
same
broke
thing.
them.
Same thing. The Korean War happened after.
Mm-hmm.
Then South Korea became similar. Vietnam War, and then Vietnam, and like in the Vietnam War, they flopped. Where it's like then they had to just be like, okay, we have to reconstruct it. Afghanistan, same shit. It's like these various.
Bro, did you see
wars.
that? Did you see there's that thing on social media? It's like the Vietnam War. They had like this woman's voice. It was on. It would come on the tannoys in all the jungles, and they go home, GI. They're confusing you. Have you seen it?
No,
It's like all on social media. I've got to show you.
I might
It's
have
like,
actually.
it's like I forgot her name. Her something's name is May something. It's like a Vietnamese woman, and they had her on radio broadcast. So it'd be broadcasted throughout the country, and you'd hear it in the jungles. And you go, your country does not care about you.
Yeah,
And they'd be talking to the American soldiers. It was like a what do they call that? What kind of warfare do they call that? It was like a mind warfare.
Psychological.
Yeah.
Psychological.
So they were using that. So it'd be like in the middle of the night, it would just come on at random moments. Go home, GI. Your army doesn't. It's bro. I've got to send it to you now.
Yeah.
And it was a real
That's
really what
a-
happened.
yeah.
Those Viet Cong, the North Vietnamese, fucked up the states, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of Jakes died in that war. But that was an Edomite war. A lot of,
But it's the thing.
oh, they,
Esau's the base of
yeah,
men.
he's a base motherfucker, man.
Like this is what the world has been
Yeah.
co-opted, flipped upside down,
yeah.
and been like made to. Okay, yeah,
Like he's
Esau
the
has
hero.
Esau has some form of like technology to him, some mind, ability,
Yeah.
but he's the base of men.
Yeah.
There's other
Because
heathens
even
that
how
will
you
be able to do
yeah.
stuff.
And then even how he utilizes these
There you
different
go.
things,
There you go.
that
So,
really feeds into it.
yeah.
And bro, the Vietnamese, bro, because I was looking at that war. It was a brutal war, by the way. A lot of people died.
Yeah.
A lot of Jakes, a lot of Israelites, a lot of Vietnamese, a lot of Israelite foreigners. They got this massacred.
Bro, it was a
That war.
complete mess.
It was a mess, bro.
Because the thing is,
It was a mess, bro,
one of
that
the,
war.
it's like
It was an
from-
evil war. That
yeah,
was, man.
from
All
the,
these wars are
from the
evil.
Vietnam War is really a big part of like where
That was
well,
America fell from that war.
yeah,
And
that's
that war was they had to lose that badly
yeah,
in that war. It's like a
That's-
stain on them.
yeah, because that's the thing is it's like really where the fallibility was shown.
True, the
And
world
then
saw you.
the whole spirit of America started to wane from then, man.
Bro, them motherfucking Vietnamese, bro, they were beating them with farming tools, the North Vietnamese. They were like,
Yeah.
the booby traps they had.
But that's
Some
why
of the
that's the
booby
thing,
traps they
it's
built
like
all
even-
throughout that jungle.
It's what
It would maim them. It maimed them. Maiming someone's worse than killing you. Like you got no more arm.
Was the
Both
same-
your arms are finished because spikes just dug into all the nerves.
It
Bro.
it was the same thing in
Yeah, they were fucking them up.
in Iraq as well, IEDs and whatnot. Where it
Yes.
was like it basically started.
Yes.
The Humvees where they were thinking, oh yeah, it's great.
They were
against-
blowing that up,
thinking
shit
of
up.
blowing man's legs off,
Yeah.
blowing man's arms up, like
Yeah.
that, and it was just some fucking dust.
And that's the Lord. That's the
Yeah.
Lord put the spirit on the nations. Like, even though they're lesser than you technologically, they use what they have to inflict maximum damage.
yeah, and even
The
well,
Lord did that. You couldn't even conquer them. You couldn't
Yeah.
conquer some Afghan mountains because it wasn't just, it was the mountains, but those people, the Lord didn't want you
There
to
was
do
a
away with
spirit
them
on
like
it,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the spirit.
and,
on
and
them.
that's the same thing with Iran
You
because
know what
now
I'm
it's
saying?
like drone warfare.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was showcased
Yeah.
by Ukraine as well first in the Ukraine-Russia war, but then it's really America that's they've had their nose completely snubbed and just thrown in it
Bro,
and exposed because
Yeah.
why you've got Iran where they're talking about these guys like there's some degenerates whatever,
Yeah.
but then they're able to go. These guys are doing strikes on your bases with
Yeah.
drones
Yeah.
where you're paying millions ahead to intercept them,
And
and then you can't even deal with
yeah,
it.
yeah, you can't even do it. That's crazy. And I think what in the Iran war was coming out of it.
Something after
Yeah,
this.
I got something as well. You know, I'll read this first actually.
Yeah, go on.
Revelation 13 and 11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. And he
Yeah. Or
Yeah, no, go on.
yeah, with
He spake as a dragon.
two horns of the lamb and spake as a dragon. It's the two sides of the political aisle, and then really it's as far as it seems harmless, but then it has that harm, man.
Yeah,
That's the thing is it's like with
they're dragons.
what was it? I was thinking of it. It was like through his craft called
Yeah, through his divide. Yeah, it
causes
caused
craft
mischief.
to prosper. Causes
Mischief.
craft to prosper. Yeah, through mischief, causes craft to prosper.
Mm.
That's been the MO from ancient times. Like I said, is they're bringing them same systems back, and they know as far as guile deceit, those things, and then being able to utilize. That's why it's like what's the word? Embargoes, trade embargoes,
Yeah.
and these sanctions.
Mhm.
These things are tools, but weapons
Mhm.
by which to enact their will as well. And really, it's basically letting you know they're really utilizing all these things towards their ends. They want to achieve their ends. There was a point where they were doing gunboat diplomacy, but then now they've got to a point where they've built a system, a structure, where they don't even need to do the gunboat diplomacy.
Yeah.
Because as far as with Iran, from when it was like even before there was a little period with the Obama nuclear deal
Mhm.
where there was trade done between Iran and the rest of the world.
Mhm.
But as soon as Trump got in, he deaded the nuclear deal,
Yeah, I
put
remember
sanctions back on them. Never had sanctions on the
Since.
economy since 2016.
that. Yeah.
So it's like, and then you
And they just about got over that with Obama.
yeah.
Because they were being
It was
sanctioned even
barely,
before that.
they've been sanctioned before.
They've
They
been
barely got it.
ostracized since they got rid of that Shah of Iran.
Yeah.
And they got in the Ayatollahs again.
Yeah,
They've
and
been
then-
ostracized.
yeah. And it's like you consider
You know?
like they've been economically destroyed at the time, but then somehow they go to war with the US
Mhm.
and they're still competing.
They're still standing. But that shows you, bro, it's all of the Lord.
Yeah.
Because Iran in prophecy, Iran's a big part of prophecy. Iran is not an Afghanistan or Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
They were just like shows of Esau's might. But now when you step to a country like Iran, which was going to come, you can't just, if this was Iraq, Afghanistan, they would have already be showing you the news where they're just destroying them.
Yeah,
That's all you'd be seeing. But you couldn't do
remember,
that
it's
to these
like
guys.
when the Iraq war happens. Like
It's a
every
different
night you're
war.
just seeing carpet
The
bombers,
beginning of that
tanks,
war,
yeah,
all you saw was carnage from the first
yeah,
day
truck,
they entered.
tanks,
The
Humvees,
first day they
yeah,
entered that
yeah.
war, I'm talking about BBC and the
Yeah,
main coverage.
the news,
BBC,
all that.
ITV, Fox News, CNN, all it shows you is the carnage of what they did over there from the beginning. But Iran's a different kettle. You can't do that. And now, what kills them now as well is you got all this social media,
It
alternative
can
news.
be
It's like we
exposed,
all know
yeah.
what's really happening. And Iran, we found out, is not the the building you could topple easily. It's like they're not that kind of army. They've been preparing. In fact, the Iranian military and government was preparing since Afghanistan, Iran, the first invasions
Yeah.
in 204, 203. They were getting ready from then.
Because
They were already getting ready. That's why they
Yeah.
built all their missile silos. They're all in some remote parts
in
of
the
Iran you can't
mountains,
get to.
right? So
You can't even get near
That's
them.
why it's like, yeah, the nuclear fucking research. It's like, bro, they're saying, oh, we bombed it, it's destroyed.
It was. We know that's
And
all
then it's
BS.
like, bro, it's under mountains. It's
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
even in a spot you can touch like that.
Yeah.
But that's why it's really, the spirit of.
And America's been getting mocked this whole 2 years with the Iran, this whole year with the Iran war. Social media's been mocking America, but it's just been cartoons of Trump getting disobeyed by Iran. You know, like cartoons.
yeah,
Like they've been
back and forth.
social media's. The social media, and you know,
yeah.
more people now are in the know than ever was before as well, because of prophecies, the end of the world. People know America's the bad guy. Not even your own citizens want to fight for America anymore.
Yeah.
But the citizens of Rome don't even want to fight. Their patriotism is done. If there ever was patriotism, that spirit was done from the Vietnam War. Because
Yeah.
people realized after that, this is all bullshit. What are we dying for?
Mhm.
Now with social media, people know about the elites. They know about the Rothschilds. They know about the
Or even
the Gettys.
yeah,
They know, yeah.
You mentioned
I've
it
got something
with
after.
Iraq as well. It's like with 2004. I remember it's like everyone that was in like school, college, uni around whilst that war was happening was just like, yo, this is BS.
PS. Everyone's that tone was then.
Yeah,
People were saying that.
and that's like early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah. And
That spirit was
and,
there.
and people
So it's
still in
like
a goyim
each
state.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like each generation, because now it's like with the Iran war, you're gonna have like a new generation. They're gonna be even more jaded because they're already thinking. The thing is you consider the Iran war's happening. It's like what man did the Venezuela thing, which is just complete clown nonsense. This guy's on being showcased on a New York City street. Like what are we doing here? And then as well with that, it's all these different wars as it impacting the economy and lifestyle. Everyone's realizing the American dream's dead.
Exactly.
That was like a
Exactly.
big part of the draw
Oh,
for why
wow.
people engage with the system. You know?
Mhm.
The lifestyle you're meant to be able to gain.
This Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of the earth, and he had horns, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed.
Yeah, he's got everyone, wandering after the beast in awe
I was going to say that after.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the mind, and it's been the mindset everyone's been in. But then the thing is now is basically being crumbled. It's being toppled. Because as far as the reality of it is that, bro, this shit's done, man. It had its run. You can see in all aspects of the culture, the infrastructure, the philosophies flying around, the mindset and spirit of the people, all these different aspects is a huge decline. Happiness index or whatever the hell, all these things you measures you go to, this place is in decline. And that's the thing, is you go to prior empires, you can line up all these different factors why these kingdoms fell, and you can see all these warning signs ahead. Because why? This place is on its way out, but then it's being maintained for prophecy's sake. Because this is about the Lord basically bringing an end to this system in a spectacular fashion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you probably have to cut off.
Yep.
You can
finish off on this.
Yeah,
So verse 13, it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he hath power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Yeah.
Was it deadly wound?
The deadly wound, sorry. It says,
Yeah, it should be deadly wound.
saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had, well, it said, on my thing it says which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Okay, it might be different verses of deadly, yeah.
Yeah, I think the
That's the
deadly
thing,
wound is a bit more up, Hold
Yeah.
on.
That's the thing is
Yeah, it is. It said, yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, his deadly wound was healed.
Yeah,
That's
13 and
12.
3.
Yeah. So I was reading 14. It says by which had the wound, because it already says it's deadly. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's been the resuscitation of Rome. It was basically just having everyone enraptured around it, and then it's for the military capability. That was the key. The iron teeth. That was a key thing for Rome. That was the marvel that people enraptured by. Still to this day, those Roman military tactics and whatnot. And now you have it with EU and NATO doing what, no-fly zone, go carpet bomb up Eastern Europe and desecrate it. These are things where it's like people are like, damn, these things it's a marvel onto them. Yeah. But all these things now it's in decay, because even supposedly no-fly zone. Imagine Iran, some Dust Bowl shithole country, is able to just cut off like a quarter or 1/5 of the world's oil, which then just duppies the whole global economy off the back of that. The price of everything's going up. It's the same thing with Russia with the Ukraine war. That happened, the bread basket got hit. The price of certain products went up and ain't gone down since.
Mind you, we're not even talking about across America, all the various plants that are getting, is it arsenic? Arson.
They're destroying them.
They're destroying them, yeah, covertly. The
Well,
land's being bought up, sorry. There's a controlled demolition going on. You gonna say something?
No. I'm saying that. No.
Yeah, it's all by design. So this man's just,
various factors.
there's things they're doing by design, and there's things that the Most High is doing. That's just, and it's gonna just turn into a powder keg of a situation where one day rituals were good cheap on the earth, and now you're man can't even afford a loaf of bread. The basics over here. What's it? Bread, milk, eggs, and a can of baked beans. And a slab of fucking bacon. You can't afford that shit no more. No more full English breakfast.
Yep. Yeah.
He's not gonna be eating fucking water and bread, quite literally. You
Back
know?
to your fucking tin fucking World War II
yeah,
rations.
rations,
You
isn't
know,
it?
tin cups they had
Yeah.
sitting under the tube.
And they had. I remember I went.
Well,
with
the
my-
Germans blitzed the shit out of this
Yeah,
bitch. Like, you get me, bro?
We went to Imperial War Museum before with the Ricars, man, the elder Ricard Makabash, and they had the ration slips. So you had the little slip.
Yeah,
that
what it
was
said,
there
what you can get.
where you can get in it. They're gonna do the same thing today, but they're gonna.
So what
do
was it? A loaf of bread,
Yeah, it's like a can of fucking.
pint of milk.
What's that shit with the pork spam?
Yeah.
You know, some
Yeah.
spam,
Fucking
a
spam.
tin of mackerel. I don't know what it was, but it was wherever the shit them man
Fucking
eat,
prison food, man. That fucking it was
Yeah,
that.
slop.
It was that. It was that
Gulag
fucking,
slop.
Exactly.
Like slop.
A tin of fucking bro, for real, bro. World War rations, a little bit of fucking bread.
Beans and sausages,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, bro.
But yeah, you got anything else?
Nah.
You can wrap up there, man.
Calm.
So yeah, say Shalom, man.
Shalom, man.
Lord Willis.
Well,
See
next
brother
time.
soon, man.
Yeah,
Shalom.
shalom.
More Lord willing.
Shalom. Shalom.